All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 770. I'm your host, CheapyD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who's also announcing a change to his fee rates, Wombat.
I am always changing my fee rates, so you really got to be on your toes with my
For people who are
TOC.
using the Wombat engine, I hope you read the fine print, because you're fucked.
Mm-hmm. I charge, it's for every time you download the game I charge, and every time you delete the game I charge.
Every time you think about the game, if you tweet about the game, you get a bill. That's a charge.
Yeah. If you buy the game, you get a charge. And if a relative buys the game, they get charged and you get charged.
You
That's
can
a
also
double charge.
gift charges to other people.
Yeah, that's a charging.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Did we do a show last week? No.
No, we did not.
Hard to keep track. The summer's over now, so we have to stop slacking, sort of.
Is that what it is? Okay.
I don't know.
I'll take your
think
word
so.
for it.
I think that's
that
what
sounds like a
happens.
good excuse. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Things happen, and then you do a show every other week. How's everybody doing? Anything exciting happening?
No. I mean, basic like teenage drama. That's what I got going on, but nothing even that terrifying. Yeah, the child is double booked tomorrow, so we're trying to figure out if there's any way to make both things work. And I don't think there is no way.
Cloning.
Oh, the way to make both things is you choose one.
Yeah, I know. So that's what we're figuring out.
Nice.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, no, it's not. Nothing will work out.
Let's go to nothing.
I know.
Then nobody
How
feels
was
left
your
out.
How was your weekend, Cheapy?
My weekend was good. I turned 50.
Happy
which is-
birthday!
thank you. You were there to celebrate this
I
weekend.
was. Mhm.
And now I'm old.
I was there in spirit.
Shipwreck was there in spirit.
It was a lovely party. We all had a really nice time.
It was a ping
All
pong
four of
party.
us. Yes.
And try not to think about it too much because 50 is like a big number. So
It is a big number, but it was a nice time. So
sure. But the whole time leading up to it, I was just anxious anyway, because
Yeah.
for many different reasons. But yeah, I don't know.
Mm.
Feel the same.
You know what? Your wife did something at a party that I always appreciate, and she should be commended for. And that is, instead of getting the party sub, the one like 6-foot hero,
Right,
which I'm anti the big hero.
right.
She went with the smaller individual sandwiches.
Too many sandwiches she went with.
Maybe that's your problem to deal with.
Right.
But they were very good sandwiches.
Good.
And they weren't the party sub wedge of like bread with one piece of meat in there. I'm not a fan of those.
I gotta say, first of all, Miss Cheapy would probably never even consider a novelty sub in that way. Like that's not even on her radar. But
That's
I went
fine.
to a community party, like a block party, literally a block party. Someone had one of those sandwiches, and it was delicious. So
They're the worst. They're the worst thing.
I just dropped my garbage can, but
See?
I went back for more slices
I'm
of
sure
sandwich.
there's probably a gamut of party subs and quality of those.
I'm gonna say okay. Yes, I will. I will not say it's a blanket rule that every party sub is bad because
Right.
that's who could hold that claim. But I will say that the vast majority of party subs are lame.
There's some
Fair.
gray. in
I'm
the
gonna
party
get you a
subs.
good party sub before you die. That's my new goal.
I'm gonna come home one day and there's gonna be a 6-foot sandwich.
No, I'm just gonna be at a place and I'm
I
gonna
can't
see
stay
a
mad
party
at
sub
you.
and I'm gonna call you. Like, you got to be here in like the next 10 minutes.
Okay, that's fair.
Get this sub.
Mhm.
So yeah, I probably sweat more than anybody else at a birthday party ever because I played table tennis against people who are really good and they made me sweat. Instead of being nice, they took my sweat and it was a lot. I had a towel. Most people don't bring a towel to their birthday party.
But that's like the official. That's what a CheapyD birthday party should be.
Right. And it was supposed to be a surprise party, but that wasn't really pulled off.
I kept it a surprise.
You did. Nobody
I could have
told
blown
me.
it. I could have blown it many times.
Nobody told me, but Mrs. Cheapy asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I said, I want a ping pong party with Adam Bobrow. So I assumed that she was going to make it happen, unless like I heard otherwise. And then, I mean, whatever. How's she going to hide it from me? We live in the same house. I'm like the only person with the keys to the table tennis club now. It's like it would literally be impossible for her to keep it a surprise. But it was cool to hang out with Adam, and he made me sweat also. And he ate a lot of sandwiches, which was good because we needed people to move those sandwiches. And that guy can move sandwiches.
I only had one. I'm sorry.
I only had one because I was too anxious about the whole thing, and I couldn't even finish the one.
It was good. I had the grilled chicken avocado one.
Uncle Giuseppe's, if you're on Long Island and you're looking for small sandwiches for your party.
It was tasty. And the highlight for me of the party was Osaka grandma giving a ping pong lesson to Elliot.
Nice.
And they played together for like a half hour.
Wow.
Yeah, like a good
Did he learn anything?
chunk of time. I don't know, but they seemed to have a
pretty
good
good.
time. So good.
She's pretty good for like almost 80 or
Mhm.
at all, or any age really.
Yes,
She'll beat Chip.
she would
Okay.
probably beat me. I'm sure she would.
I play ping pong like maybe once a year.
Whose fault is that?
But
That
nobody's
sounds like an
fault.
excuse.
It's just the fact.
I know.
that is what I do.
She blew her ankle out like practicing ping pong.
I could definitely beat her with a blown out ankle.
She could. She had to go to the hospital. She was living in the hospital for like.
Was
Yeah.
which side was it? I need to know which side to attack.
She couldn't walk. She couldn't walk at all.
Perfect.
Now she's recovered now. She
Okay,
has no
good.
weaknesses now. She's better now than before. They
I'm glad.
rebuilt it. She's bionic now. She makes this noise whenever she swings. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Nice.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Anyway, it was a nice time. Thank you for coming, Wombat. I'm glad your family had a good time and you had a good time and you ate the sandwiches.
We appreciate the invitation.
I will thank Mrs. Cheapy for you. I was
Mhm.
not. The one thing that I didn't know was the guest list. Although I knew I figured Adam Bobrow was going because
You
That was
should
the-
let people know who that is.
he's like the most famous table tennis influencer. I mean, or like video YouTuber. Maybe Pongfinity is more famous, but I don't like Pongfinity because they're too silly. Like there's like gimmicky, you know, like with like moving the tables around, novelty paddles. Adam is more about like getting people to play table tennis. So, but he's got like 1 million subscribers on YouTube and his videos do really well. And his stuff gets more viewed than the actual, like the best players in the world, you know, so he's getting more eyes on table tennis than all the best players in the world put together. So
Chip, have you ever seen like real professional table tennis players play in person before?
I have maybe like semi-pro, I guess is the best, not like a top 10 in the world or top 20 in the world. No.
I mean people that like take it very seriously. Ship, have you seen this before? Ship,
Are you talking to Ship?
I'm talking to Ship.
Oh,
I mean, I know I've seen the one guy that goes to Cheapy's club.
one
Because I
guy?
had never real seen like real like
The guy that like competes in the Paralympics or
Oh,
whatever.
tall. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead,
yeah.
Wombat. Go ahead.
So I had never really seen like real competitors play table tennis before. I've seen people play for fun, but not people that like really get into it. And there's this whole like machismo intimidation thing that some of the players do when they serve that my family thought was one of the funniest things they've ever seen.
What was
in
the
their
thing? I
entire
don't even know what you're talking about.
your old coach does it, and Adam does it too.
What's the machismo? Why is it?
The stomp?
Oh, it's not a machismo thing. It's
I asked, and that's what I was told.
by who? Adam said?
Yeah, that's what Adam said. He goes, "It's an intimidation technique. It's like like a masculine kind of thing." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Well, I think the idea is like a lot when you're doing a serve. I mean, it's supposed to trick. The whole point is to win the point, right? Like, so obviously that's why
Right.
they do it. But you're allowed to do it, and it can sort of distract the player, right? Like you look like you're going down and you stomp the floor, and yet you're putting side spin on it. It could be confusing.
Right. It can. My take on it, not knowing anything, would be that's probably covering up any kind of sound cues for how you serve differently.
But also to scare, it's scary. Like there was a guy at the club today and he was doing it and he did it louder than really anyone that I've ever heard, like to the point where it was distracting to other people at
It's
other
some real
tables.
gorilla shit.
He was really good, this guy. So
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, look how tough I am at table tennis.
no.
I'm a table
It's
tennis
not- it's-
toughie.
No, they're just trying to win the point. They're just trying to show, look how good I am. I'm going to try to win the point right now.
I totally understand it. It's
Yeah, yeah.
peacocking. There's nothing
No,
wrong
it's
with it.
not. Like it's not peacocking. There's no peacocking. You win, you either win or you don't. You have a rating. Like that's it. You can't your no stomping is going to make you better than anybody. Like no one.
No,
Right.
it just might make you look like a douche.
No, come on. I swear, I never considered it
Well, you don't stomp. I noticed that you're not a big stomper.
sometimes.
You do a little bit of flourish. You do your flourish.
After motion. Yeah, you want to do that to throw people off.
Yeah, and which I found to be a little bit more like you're more confident in yourself than someone with a smaller penis that has to stomp on the floor.
Stop it. That's not true. What are you saying about Adam's penis, by the way?
I call it like
come
I
on.
see it.
Everyone's got their own thing. And you shouldn't look at me when I play. No one should
Actually,
look at
you
me.
play very well.
Don't look at me at all.
I noticed how good you are at
thank
table
you.
tennis.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you.
I'm not being 100% serious.
Thank you.
That most of the time, if the other player got the point, it wasn't because the other player got the best of you. It was because you would try to do something that would cause the other player
Because
to
I
get
suck
a point.
little too much. Yeah, it's true.
No, it's
you're right.
the
You're right.
opposite.
That's right. I make mistakes.
You make more mistakes than other players get the best of you.
Right.
And I found that to be very impressive.
Thank you.
No problem. And I was paying attention.
Thank you. But you shouldn't look at me. Nobody should ever look at me.
Just say it.
Including right now. Thanks to Orange Theory helped a lot with that, by the way. Being able to you have to use your legs a lot and be low, and certainly that has helped.
I'll let them know tomorrow.
But
That's
me
when
too. I'm going to
back.
go tomorrow too, I think.
Look, nice. We can compare notes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I was at the club today and it smelled so fucking bad. There's been a smell. There's a smell. There's been a smell at the club that's been on and off. And today or yesterday, it was fucking so full force. And I called the landlord. I'm like, something died in the wall. This is the smell of animals living in the wall, animals dying in the wall. I don't know, but animals are in the wall. Someone's got to check it out. And I was like, can you come today? And he's like, I'll try. I'm really busy. Obviously didn't come. Today I went, I called him again. I'm like, it's so bad today. We may have to close down. It's just so bad. I went to the head shop across the street. I bought a whole thing of incense. I'm running around the club with multiple incenses in my hand, just by myself, making holders out of cups. So the guy's I tell the guy what I think is happening, and he's tells me to go around and check in the back by the other tenants are. And sure enough, I go back there and there's a fucking hole in the wall. The 99% of the wall is fucking brick, right? But one part of it is sheetrock where the window is. And they keep their garbage, the other tenants keep their garbage on that side of the wall. And there's just a hole where the fucking wall is. And yeah, well, that makes sense. And meanwhile, these fucking assholes next door, they're looking at that hole in the wall every fucking day. That's where they hang out and smoke cigarettes, whatever. They walk by that area all the time. We never see that area. They're looking at that every day and they don't say anything to the landlord or to us. Whatever, hole in the wall by our fucking piles of garbage that we keep there. Made me angry. How could you just not say anything?
You know what you do is you put a hose in that hole, turn the water on until something flushes back out.
I told oh God. Anyway, and that's only the fourth grossest thing that I've seen on the club over the summer.
Awesome.
I know, I can't even talk about it anymore. Let's do some show feedback.
Let's move forward then.
Yeah. I'm starting to get a little nauseous, actually.
That's okay. Eternal Duo.
Sure.
Yeah. I also watched the Flash movie last week, and having done so, I haven't really understood the hate for this movie. It was less bad than Batman versus Superman, in my opinion. Wasn't a great movie, but it was decent. I also didn't get the hate about the CGI either.
Yes, I put that on here because I totally agree. And I was listening to Howard Stern this week, and he was talking about the Flash. Maybe it was last week, talking about the Flash movie and how he hated it. And he brought up the same thing that I did. How like the Flash, they have one annoying character, and so what do? Decide to make to make two of them, like one from different dimensions. Or I already fucking forgot the plot, but Howard only lasted like 20 minutes.
Oh, well, that explains that.
But I thought it was, as far as DC movies go, I thought it was definitely one of the better ones and more fun ones, at least.
Are you excited for Aquaman 2? I know Ship is.
I could not believe that when I saw a trailer for that during football this weekend. I'm like, wait, they're making another of these?
Really
they're
big in
another
China.
One of these.
Aquaman's really popular in China. No, I don't know. That's true.
I mean, I guess people are going to go see it. I guess.
I don't know. No one's seen the last 3 DC movies. Three?
I think it takes a little more to get people to the theater now, and I don't know that Aquaman 2 is that.
I think that
thing.
DC lost a lot of goodwill in the last year with numerous things, and I mean, we'll see how the rebooting goes, but I just don't.
I say Flash was almost good.
Flash was almost good.
So close.
With the more charismatic lead, that movie probably would have been a better movie.
You can't make the guys like that annoying. Like some annoying is good, but too annoying where it's hard to root for the guy. That's a little rough, but I still liked it.
They went a little too made him too much like Leonard from The Big Bang Theory. No, Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. He was a little too Sheldon-y and not like normal human being.
Right, like you couldn't even really survive if you acted like that in a real world. Like someone's gonna punch you in the face like every other day.
Well, unless you're the Flash.
Right. That's why. Is that why he's so annoying? Because he knows that he can just be that annoying and avoid all the punches.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Okay, it's more realistic than I thought.
There you go.